In the yesterday's class, we have gone with the long transmission line. That's nothing but a rigorous method to find out the long transmission line parameters, A, B, C, D parameters. And for the continuation of the long transmission line, we are going to find out the equivalent pi and the equivalent t network in a long transmission line. As we have seen this equivalent pi method and t method in the medium transmission line also. In the medium transmission line, we have gone with the nominal pi and nominal t network for the medium transmission line. In the same way, here for the long transmission line also, we are going to find out the equivalent T and the equivalent pi method, or equivalent nominal pi method or a nominal T method for the both medium and the long transmission line. Why we are going to find out this equivalent method representation? Because this equivalent method representation will be useful in load flow studies. As there is a topic of a load flow studies, there we can be, this method representation can be useful, where we are going to analyze the load flow study equations and a fault analysis also. We have to represent our transmission line by equivalent circuit only. There send by with the reference of the sending end and receiving end cannot be considered. Those equations cannot be considered, and only we are going to consider, and to solve that method, we are going to use only the equivalent method representation only. To find out the representation equivalent circuit or whatever the derivation we are going to find out, we are going to find out the equivalent representation method in the load flow studies and also in the fault analysis, where we are not going to consider the sending end voltage and the receiving end voltage equations as the references, right? So this equivalent circuit representation can be represented in two ways. One is a nominal pi method and a nominal, and the one is a nominal pi method, and the another one is a nominal t method. Has already you have gone with this type of circuit equations in the medium transmission line only, where we have the impedances and the capacitances will be divided into two, that can be represented y by 2. It is in the formation of an admittance form. It will be divided by 2. One will be represented at the sending end voltage and one will be represented at the receiving end voltage, right? And the sending end current will be represented as is and receiving end current will be represented as ir. In the medium transmission line, there is a small difference, that we are using this represented as y dash in both the sides. Y dash by 2 and y dash by 2, the admittances are divided into half, y dash by 2, and here it's the y dash by 2, and the impedance will be represented in the z dash. Only the difference will be there. And the next we are going to solve the equations for that one. To find out that equations, we are comparing the whatever the represented equations we have got in the medium transmission line for nominal pi method, we are going to compare that equation with the long transmission line. Here whatever the equations I have given in the previous class, you can see that we have obtained these equations for the nominal pi method in the medium transmission line. Vs is, that is equals to 1 plus yz. There I have written as yz by 2. Now I am representing that as yz z dash by 2 and z dash, and that c will be represented as y into 1 plus y dash z dash by 4 into 1 plus y dash z dash by 2. From here we are going to find out the impedance and the admittances form of the long transmission line, right? The exact equation for long transmission line, yesterday we have solved this one. Ys vs is will be represented as cos h into gamma l, zc into sin h gamma l, 1 by zc into sin h gamma l, cos h gamma l into vr ir. This equation yesterday we have solved in the long transmission line. That regress method we have made and formed. Now comparing these two equations, now compare the equation 1 and equation 2, so we can obtain this z dash. This z dash is equal to zc into sin h into gamma l. Z dash is equals to zc into sin h into gamma l. Here I have written that one. Now comparing the equation 1 and equation 2, we can write it as z dash is equal to zc into sin h into gamma l. And we know that zc is equals to under root of z by y. That will be substituted in this equation. So we'll write this equation as z dash is equals to, substitute that zc value as under root of z by y into sin h into gamma l. Now we can rearrange the above equation. Now we can rearrange this equation as by substituting or multiplying the z on both sides of numerator and denominator. Here at this here we are substituting the z value on numerator and denominator. So we can obtain that equation as z dash is equals to, one will be z and here it will be z. So 1 z, that root will be removed out and we'll get as z into sine h gamma l by under root of yz, under root of yz. And we know that under root of yz is equals to propagation constant. Yesterday I have written as one of that one propagation constant as gamma. Under root of yz is nothing but a propagation constant we have represented in the long transmission line in the yesterday's class. You can refer that one either in the video or in the notes, you can refer. So under root of yz is equals to gamma is the propagation constant into length of the transmission line can be represented. That will be represented as gamma l. Here the equation will be given as z dash is equals to z into sine h into gamma l by gamma l. That is represented as third equation. Now comparing the other equation, now comparing the other equation into form of 1 plus yz, 1 plus y dash into z dash by 2 will be represented into cos h into, that will be compared with this equation. This and this one. D equations will be nominal pi method. The constant D will be compared with the nominal in the long transmission line constant D. So that will be written as, that will be written as 1 plus y dash z dash by 2 is equals to cos into h into gamma l. That can be rearranged in this form equation. 1 plus y dash by 2 into z dash is equals to cos h into gamma l. As we have got obtained that z value, z dash value at here, z dash value at here, z dash value as given as z into sin h into gamma l by gamma l, that will be substituted at here. By substituting that z dash value, so we'll get as 1 plus y dash by 2 into z into sin h gamma l by gamma l is equals to cos h into gamma l. And we know that gamma is equals to, that propagation constant is represented as gamma, that is equals to under root of y into z is equals to under root of yz into l. Now 1 plus 1 by 2 it is taken y dash into z sin h into gamma l by, representing that gamma is equals to under root of yz minus bringing that to the left side. This cos h into gamma l in bringing to the left hand side. So it will be represented as this equation. Now by solving this equation, we'll write the equation as 1 plus 1 by 2 into y dash into, by solving this equation, z by under root of yz can be represented as under root of z into y. This z will be represented as under root z into under root of z. One z, one root z will be cancelled out, and that will be become under root of z by y into sin h into gamma l minus cos h into gamma l is equals to 0. Right? So 1 plus 1 by 2 into y dash will be represented, and we know that under root of z by y will be represented as zc sin h into gamma l minus cos h into gamma l is equals to 0. And taking y dash by 2 is equals to, this total equation will be formed into this equation that will be represented in, still we can solve this equation into, and finally we'll obtain that equation as y dash by 2 is equals to 1 by zc into cos h of gamma l minus 1 by sin h into gamma l. That totally will be represented as 1 by zc into tan h into gamma l by 2. Now multiply that zc is equals to under root of z by y, multiply y on both numerator and denominator, so we can represent it as zc is equals to under root of z by y into y by y. This will be represented as under root z by y. So 1 by zc is equals to 1 by under root of, substitute that zc, so you'll get as that y will be taken under to the numerator, and under denominator it will be taken as zy, and we know that under root of zy will be represented as propagation constant into l, y by gamma l. So y dash by 2 is equals to y by 2 into tan of h into gamma l by 2 by gamma l by 2. I am representing this by 2 because this 2 will be cancelled out. Again that equation will be obtained in this one. Y dash by 2 is equals to y by gamma l into tan h of gamma l by 2. To cancel out that one, I am representing this gamma l by 2, so that the total representation by will be y dash by 2, and this will be represented in y by 2. That's why I have written that equation in this gamma l by 2. Right? So that 2 will be cancelled out, and that equation will be represented in this one, or the same equation can be represented at here. Y dash by 2 is equals to y in by 2 into tan h into gamma l by 2 in by gamma l by 2. So we have obtained the impedance equation and the admittance equation form, right? So that will be represented in a z dash is equals to z into sin h into gamma l by gamma l, and y dash by 2 that will be represented as y by 2 into tan h into gamma l by 2 by gamma l by 2, right? And next, the formation of the other equivalent method is nothing but a equivalent t method. The same process will be repeated at here also, as we have compared nominal T method with the long transmission while nominal pi method with the long transmission line parameters. In the same way, we are taking the nominal T method equations and comparing that equation with the long transmission line. So nominal T method circuit diagram will be in this way itself only, and the impedances will be Z by 2, Z by 2. Here I have represented that Z by 2 as Z dash by 2, Z by dash by 2, and Y will be represented as Y dash. I forgot to written as Y dash yet here. It will be represented as Y dash, and the sending end voltage and the receiving end voltage, sending end current and the receiving end current. So we know that in nominal T method, the derived equations are VSIS 1 plus Y dash Z dash by 2, Z dash into 1 plus Y dash Z dash by 4, Y dash 1 plus Y dash Z dash by 2. These are nothing but A, B, C, D constants. A, B, C, D constants in the nominal T method in medium transmission line. This total equation will be in the medium transmission line. You can refer the previous classes, or you can refer for the notes also. In the notes, you can see this one. So next, that equation, this will be compared with our long transmission line equation. In the previous method, how we have done, in the same way, we are comparing the equation 1 and the equation 2, so that we will obtain the equations as y dash is equals to, now we can compare that equation. Y dash is equals to 1 by Z into sin H into gamma L. Y dash is equals to 1 by sin Z into sin H into gamma L. That is equals to 1 by under root of Z by Y into sin H into gamma L. That will be represented in this one. Here I have written in the box form. That will be represented as dividing Y on numerator and denominator. So that equation will be obtained as under root of Z by Y. Here I have written, so that under root of Z by Y can be represented as Y by under root of Zy into sin H into gamma L. That will be represented as, you know, that under root of Zy can be represented as propagation constant gamma into L, Y by gamma into L into sin H into gamma L. So Y dash is equals to Y into sin H into gamma L by gamma L will be represented as admittance form. And next we are comparing the other one as 1 plus Y dash Z dash is by 2 is equals to cos H into gamma L. This will be seen as same in the equivalent pi method. That will be represented as Z by 2 into tan H into gamma L by 2 by gamma L. Same it will be. The same equations will be represented, just a small change. But the derivation will be same for the nominal T method and the nominal pi method. So that will be represented in the circuit form as Z dash by 2 is equal to Z by 2 into tan H into gamma L by 2 by gamma L by 2. So Y dash is equals to Y into sin H into gamma L by gamma L. Out of these two circuits, generally nominal pi method is most commonly used, because whatever the error is introduced will be very minimum in the nominal pi method and also in the medium transmission line. So that's why we are correlating with the medium transmission line and deriving the long transmission line impedances and the admittances. As the length increases, the length is going to be decreased, as length is going to be decreased or less than 200 kilometers, our sin h into gamma L can be written as gamma L, and tan h into gamma L can be written as gamma L by 2. By substituting these values in the nominal T method or a nominal pi method, we'll obtain the same equations. By substituting this gamma sin h into gamma L as gamma L and tan h into gamma L by 2 as gamma L by 2, we'll obtain the same equations of nominal time method and the nominal pi method. Same equations can be represented by substituting those values. So as the length of the transmission line increases, we cannot represent that sin h into gamma L as gamma L and tan h into gamma L as gamma L. That's why those will be different things. So that's why we will be different. That's why for the long transmission line, as the length increases, we cannot represent the sin h into gamma L as a gamma L and tan h into gamma L as gamma L by 2. Only for the medium transmission, as it will be very below, the long transmission line values can be represented in that form. So the same nominal pi method and the nominal tie values will be same for the long transmission line and medium transmission line. As the length increases, those values cannot be represented in same form. So the things will be changed out, and we'll obtain the different values of a nominal T method and the nominal pi method. So this is the long transmission line values represented in the equivalent T method and the equivalent pi method. That will be helpful for the load force studies and also for the fault analysis of the transmission line. So in the next class, we're going to see the surge impedance loading, which is an important topic in the load flow. So that's all for this one. If you have any doubts or if you don't get the derivation, just ping me out, or you can ask me the doubts, or you can send me the doubts, so that I'll make a video again for the doubts, so that will be helpful for each and every student. So that's all for that one. Thank you.